Hello HCISD, I'm Art Cavazos, your superintendent of schools. Joining me today are the top 10 students from Early College High School. Their placement on the top 10 represents their hard work throughout these past 4 years and their dedication reaching the goals they've set for themselves. You know, we take this time to chat with them about their experience in our schools and showcase their achievements while providing our future graduates with words of wisdom as they continue their pursuit of academic excellence. To begin, I'd like to go around the room and ask the students to introduce themselves, name all the HCISD campuses they've attended, and share their plans after high school graduation. So let's start with you.
I'm Ginger Bennett. I'm the valedictorian at Early College High School, and I previously went to Kano Freshman Academy and Bella Middle School. And after high school, I plan on going to UT in Austin and majoring in environmental science with a focus in biology.
Good for you. Hook 'em horns, right? All right.
Hey, hi, my name is Jose Feliciano Velasquez. I'm the salutatorian of Early College High School. In the past, I've attended Austin Elementary, Memorial Middle School, and I'm now at Early College High School. I plan to pursue a degree in biology at UT Austin, Hook 'em horns.
So both of you are going to, wow, all right. All right.
I'm Alexia Cabrera. I'm number 3 in the top 10. I've never been to any Harlingen schools here. Early College is the only one I've been to. And after high school, I plan to go to Texas A&M in McAllen and get a bachelor's in interdisciplinary engineering.
Super nice. And so congratulations on your choice as well.
My name is Jaleesa Rodriguez. I go to Early College High School. In the past, I went to Long Elementary, Memorial Middle School, and now Early College High School. After high school, I plan to go to the University of Texas at in the Rio Grande Valley and pursue a degree in biology.
Good for you. So you're going to go to UTRGV,
yes.
Right? Super nice.
Okay. I'm Anais Mendiola. I went to Memorial Middle School and now Early College High School. After I graduate from high school, I plan to pursue a degree in pre-dental at UTRGV.
Good for you.
My name is Alexis Science. I've been to Early College High School. I plan to pursue a degree in biology at the University of Houston.
Good for you. U of H, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Hi, I'm Alexandra Elizondo. I've only been to Kano Freshman Academy and Early College High School. I'm going to go to Texas A&M Kingsville in the fall, and I'm going to pursue a chemical engineering degree.
Wow, super nice.
My name's Jose Palmos. I've only attended Early College High School, and I plan to go to UTRGV in Edinburgh to study clinical laboratory science.
Good for you. Congratulations. So 2 UTRGV students. Good.
My name is Francesca Lopez. I previously went to Vernon Middle School, and now I'm here at Early College High School. In the fall, I plan to attend Brigham Young University to pursue a degree in nursing.
Great.
My name's Danielle Roberts. I've only attended Early College High School in the Harlingen School District. And after high school, I plan to go to Texas A&M Galveston to pursue a degree in marine biology.
Wow, that's awesome. So what's truly amazing about all of you is I understand you just went through commencement ceremonies at TSTC. Is that correct? So congratulations. Give yourselves a hand without making a no. You give yourselves a hand. I'm really proud of you all. You all have really set the bar up high, and really, when you think about it, your journey has been, exponential. And so, having gotten your academic core or your associate's degree before you go through our commencement ceremony really speaks to your dedication and your commitment. So congratulations. I'm very proud of you all. So we have a few questions that I want to ask you as we go on with our interview, and one of them is this. You know, we realize that being on the top 10, you all are very well accomplished academically. And so can you share with us what other activities you may have been involved in throughout your high school years at ECHS? And that's open to anyone who feels comfortable answering that question. So I'll just put it out there so I won't have to call on somebody.
Well,
everybody looked at you. So.
I served as National Honor Society President and Student Council Vice President. I was also the Secretary for Drama Club Relay for Life. And I was also in the Lower Valley Cotillion Club. and that's what I have to offer.
Those leadership skills are going to serve you well. So congratulations on that. Anyone else?
Okay. I was the president of student council. I was the vice president of our class cabinet. I was also the vice president of our senior mentor program. I was the editor-in-chief of our yearbook staff, and I was in many other club involvements. I was also a participant in Harlingen Performing Arts Theater.
Wow, that's awesome. So you were involved in the arts as well?
Yes.
So that's great, great. Anyone else? The rest of you weren't involved?
I don't do any clubs or anything at school, but I go to the gym.
Oh, well, that's being involved in something, right?
Yeah.
So, all right. Anyone else?
I'm in Relay for Life. I'm the vice president of NHS. I've been in various leadership positions with my youth at my church, and I've accumulated over 450 hours there throughout my 4 years.
Thank you for giving back. We appreciate that. Anyone else? All right, so let's move on to the next question. This week, your top 10 billboard will be up. Will be going up. So here's a question for you. What do you expect to feel when you see yourself on the top 10 billboard? And you've seen them year after year as we put them up closer to graduation. And so this is your turn now. And you all will be on the top 10 billboard. So what do you expect to feel, and what do you think your family is going to feel?
I'm definitely expecting to feel really proud. I remember a couple of years ago we had some friends that were on the billboard, and I used to look at it and think, well, like, one day I'm going to be on it.
That's
And,
incredible.
Yeah.
Now, what about your parents? They're going to be...
I think they kind of knew that I would be on it.
Well, when you go up and they're going to take a picture, you tell them they have to back up, otherwise they won't see you, right? It's a big billboard. Anyone else? What do you think you're going to feel after these years of preparing for that?
Well, I know I'm going to feel a wave of relief, because everything I've been working for is hopefully for that picture and for everything I've had. So just that picture of me up there along all these wonderful classmates that I have is just showing you did it, you got this far. Now let's see what you can do for the rest of your life.
Important note is that nobody gave you anything. You earned it, and you applied yourself, and it's really a big celebration. To your point, it's a big celebration, and it's going to be a relief, but just seeing yourself there, I'm sure will be pretty emotional. How about anybody over there? What do you think you're going to feel?
I think it's going to be pretty exciting. It was, growing up, it was always cool to see driving down, seeing the billboards of the top 10 students as well. And so now that I'm going to be up there, it's pretty exciting too.
Your parents are probably going to cry, and your family, right? And they're going to say, wow, that's a big face. Oh, well, it is going to be, right? Because the billboard is big. But you're going to get a small miniature size of the billboard picture, so for safekeeping as well. So that you already sound excited, and it's not even up yet, young man. All right, who else? What do you think you're going to feel when you see it up there?
I know I'm going to feel really proud, because my mom always told me, you're going to be up there. And I was like, okay, I guess.
No pressure.
Yeah.
Right?
And I made it, so.
Congratulations. You that's the key word. You've made it, because you've made it happen for yourself. Anyone else? Go ahead.
I think I would probably feel like a bit embarrassed, because it's like a big, huge picture of yourself with a bunch of other kids that you've been going to school with, and I can already see my mom coming home saying, "You know what I saw today?" I'm like, oh, no.
That's right. But you know what's important is let your parents relish in the moment, because they've worked hard as well to make certain they've provided support, in your family, right? But yes, I'm sure your parents are going to say, stand there and let's take a picture. And what are you going to say? My picture is there. What do you want to know? No, you can't say that. Yes. So you're going to realize that there's times that people, see it and don't realize the size of that billboard. And it's really remarkable to see your accomplishments and being pretty much displayed for the whole community to see what you've been able to accomplish. So congratulations, you've earned it. So let me ask you, what is your response when people ask you, how did you become part of the top 10? How do you respond to those questions? How did you make it?
Well, definitely leadership in a lot of school things. Like, okay, in projects, I like to take over. Everyone knows that I like to take over. But I don't know. I just feel like if you have to put yourself out there and do the best that you can do, even if like it doesn't need to be amazing, but like put all your work into it and
go beyond, right, what's expected. And that's very important as you move on in the journey of life, because some people say, I'll just do the minimum, and it's very obvious you didn't do just the minimum because you made it to the top 10. So very good point. Anyone else? What do you say?
I think it's also like we relied on each other. Like we used a lot of teamwork. Like most of us here, like we work together all the time with all of our classes, so we wouldn't let each other fall behind.
So you all pushed each other. Well, good. So you all are a very cohesive group, right? What else? Who else, when they say, how did you make it to the top 10?
I think you kind of have to want it. I know some people want it more than others, but you have to want it. You have to want to keep going, be there. Like, it's a lot of hard work. That's what I tell my brother, because I want him to be there, and he does too. He wants to be on in the top 10 also. So I tell him it's a lot of hard work, and you gotta want it. And
especially when your friends say, let's go here and do that. I have to study. I say, what are you studying more? Right? Don't you hear those kind of comments? How much are you going to study? When I make it to the top 10, you'll know how much I study. Right? So you're pressuring your brother already? That's good. What grade is your brother in right now?
He's a freshman.
He's a
at early
freshman? That's a
college
good
high
time to
school.
pressure him. Huh?
He attends early college high school.
Good for him. So he's going to see your picture and he's going to say, I'm going to do that as well. Good for you. Anyone else?
Okay. Well, to add to hers, the dedication towards your goal is something that really brought me to where I am today, because I wouldn't be in this top 10 had I been more lenient and thought to myself, oh, it's fine, I'll push that off for tomorrow. I really pushed myself forward, and I told my friends, hey, I want to surround myself with people who are motivated and goal-oriented. So I might have been kind of harsh to some of my other friends, but in the end, I think the group that you create with other people to make sure that you bond together, because I know I've had some chemistry classes and some calculus classes which I would not have gotten an A in the course had it not been for my friends, and I owe it all to them, I think.
Well, and you learn the value of who you surround yourself with is what you will be able to accomplish, right? And so sometimes people don't have the same goals as you do, and so you have to surround yourself with those that have the same goal. Anyone else?
I'd say it's really important to have your priorities straight. So I still have a lot of time to have fun and do stuff outside of school, but I know school stuff comes first. So I need to get my work done before I go and hang out with friends.
How did you learn that? How do you know that? How do you all know that that's a priority? You just stumble on it, or your
parents have always told me school comes first.
Okay. So that's somebody along the way said this is important and school comes first, right? And some parents are real nice when they tell you, and some people parents you better be. So let me ask you this, because you are in one of our specialty schools, and that's the early college high school. So if you could, would you do anything different? Looking back, would you do anything different?
I would.
Okay.
I would get a job.
You would get a job,
Yes.
okay? And why is that?
Because I could have really used the extra money at some times, and I know I could have done it also.
So you think you would have been able to balance everything? Okay.
But it was just me. I just told myself, oh, I don't know if I can handle like schoolwork and a job. But I realize now that I probably could have.
Okay. Anyone else? What would you do different? Would you do anything different?
I would probably change my attitude freshman year, because freshman year I came into school not wanting to be there.
Okay.
My parents sort of got me into it. I didn't really want to do it, so my attitude was like, I don't want to do the work. I still kept my grades up because I can't fail for some reason.
Well, that's a good habit to have.
Wow, currently.
But I bet if I had a better attitude, my grades would probably be higher, and I probably would have enjoyed freshman year a lot more.
So it was a parent decision at the beginning, and now it's become your decision. But so your attitude would have been a little adjusted. Wait till your mother sees the teleprompter. She's going to be like, wow, she learned it. Right? Edit that out of the way. Anyone else? What would you do different if you could? Anything else?
I would stop stressing as much as I did. I know my freshman year, I kind of took the opposite approach as most of my peers, and everyone was like, oh, it's fine, you're good, you don't need to study for this AVID test. And I thought, oh, no, I need to study for everything, I need to do all this right, my tutorial classes need to be perfect, my critical writing needs to be on par. And I think I overstressed on things when I should have just slowed down and focused on the subjects that mattered the most to me.
So looking back, you may have enjoyed the journey a little more.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely.
But stress, there's nothing wrong with stress. You know why? Because stress means you care about what you're doing, right? Of course, not all the stress you talked about. My God, she wants to work and you want to be more stressed out. All right, who else? If you could do anything different, let me hear from others. Anyone? Yes.
I kind of wish I got more involved my freshman year with clubs. It was more things outside of school that I got involved in, like volunteer work. But I also had some free time I could have dedicated to clubs. Like, senior year was the time I got really into robotics, and I really saw a change in my personality for the better. So I think if I went back to freshman year and started getting involved sooner, it would have been a much happier journey. Like, I'd still keep up with my work and everything, but I'd have more to say that I did.
Well, here's what I would say to that's a great thought now, because you're going to start a new chapter when you go off to college. And so the question will be, would you get involved early on, or would you wait till the end? And I think you just shared that you would get involved early on. And that's true in any juncture of your journey. Are you going to be involved? And so the thought always comes, you're going to get as much from the experience as you put in. And so how much are you willing to put into the experience, right? Anybody else would change something if you could? No?
I probably wouldn't have taken as many 8 a.m. classes.
No.
Because those are so hard to...
Hold that thought for college also. So you take a lot of 8 a.m. classes?
I think I've taken 8 a.m. every semester.
Yeah,
So
so you'll learn in college. You'll have some choices, right? You'll take early morning classes or late afternoon classes.
Saturday
You know, my
classes.
son's in college, and he kind of sets his schedule based on his sleep schedule. He likes to sleep, and so but that's a good thought. You know, it's how do you set your day in motion? But you go to the gym, so right? Okay,
I get so sleepy.
Oh, you get so sleepy after the gym. Okay, all right. So here's your next question. If you were asked 2 or 3 years from now to name a teacher that inspired you, that helped you turn a corner, or to name a teacher who you will remember that truly made a difference in your life, who would that be? So 2 or 3 years from now, you look back and say, this is a teacher that I still keeps coming back to me as a thought, and they really made a difference in my journey in school.
Just one teacher?
Yeah, right? That's a good one. It's hard to narrow down to one. Well, I would suppose that you had a great experience, but who's that one teacher that comes to your mind?
Ooh, anybody else want to go?
Anybody else? While she kind of narrows it down?
I would. It's easy to think of this teacher, that's why. Mr. Rigdon, that's who I'd name, because he always made it fun in his classes. He taught chemistry and physics. And he always listened to my ideas, and he thought they were pretty awesome, and he encouraged me. He encouraged me to be creative and to follow my dreams, and he was like, wow, every time I tell him something I'm going to do, he's always psyched for me, and just very encouraging person.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that. That's important. Anyone else? A teacher that has made a difference that you're going to look back.
I would say Mr. Gonzalez.
Okay.
He's just, well, I knew him in 8th grade. He taught math at the middle school that I went to. And my first year of high school was his first year teaching high school. So he kind of helped me through all my math classes. I had algebra and geometry with him, and took college algebra tutorials with him, and he really helped me understand the concepts and helped me grow as a student. And I definitely could not have passed those classes the way I did without his help, and I think I'll definitely be forever grateful.
Wow, that's awesome. Save your notes in case you need them, right? For your next lesson. All right, who else?
Okay, I would like to, I think personally, Miss Ramos, or Miss Chavez now, she got married. She was never my actual math instructor, but I did have her for many tutorials. And in these tutorials, I'd go to her for help in my college courses, and she would always be there to help me. She never batted or thought, oh, okay, here, let me go help. She was always there, willing to help, and I joined her yearbook staff as a sophomore, and from there she really opened my eyes, because she was like, oh, I know you're such a great student, you know how to talk to people, I know you can get interviews, so just take a chance, why don't you come try it? So I tried it out, I loved it, I ended up doing like 60% of the book, and that same year she actually promoted me to editor-in-chief, so she really took a chance on me, and I really appreciated that, because since then I've always been very, 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 very thankful for her. She also helped me guide me in my direction to which college I went to, because she also went to UT Austin.
Wow.
So she thought, you know what, this campus is perfect for the type of person you are. So I thought, wow, this is a great teacher.
So you work with a yearbook now?
Yes.
Is it out already?
It will be out this coming Monday.
Oh. And the billboard, that's two big things going to happen in your life real quick here. So, and you're the editor
I'm the editor-in-chief.
Okay, well, good for you. Yeah, other teachers?
I'm definitely going to remember Mr. Ibarra. I also didn't have him for any actual classes, but I had him for a tutorials class, and I think it was like a history prep kind of class that we did to prepare for the EOC.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not very good at history at all, but because of him, I was commended on the EOC that we took in history last year. And also, he's just always in a really good mood all the time. Anytime I see him, he's always smiling, and he says, "Good morning, Ginger." He just has a really good attitude every day.
That helps, right? That's awesome. Anyone else?
I'd like to
You narrowed it down.
yeah.
Okay.
Miss Lopez, she teaches calculus, which most of us are taking. And she really woke us up because she gave us a pop quiz like the first week of class, which we all failed. And yeah, she taught us that just because you used to get A's all the time doesn't mean she was just going to hand you an A. You'd have to work for it. I mean, for sure, like we worked for her in the past, but it wasn't going to be easy breezy. In her class, you really have to try, you really have to study hard, give up time where you could hang out with your friends. That way you can just study or just get caught up in her class. So she definitely taught us that they don't give you anything, not even here, like in college. She woke us up and said, hey, this is how it's going to be over there, so I'm just getting you in shape for it. And that was like a big eye-opener. Well, to me, I know probably you guys as well.
So what did you do with that paper?
I cried. I threw it
You threw it away? So now your mom knows. See? But you made the top 10, so okay.
Yeah.
So she woke you up, the realities
Yeah,
of college work. Yeah, that and sometimes kids don't get that experience till they get to college, right? And so getting that experience early on is going to help you a lot. So, all right, so let's go on to the next question. So what is one memorable experience you are taking with you from high school? And so oftentimes you're going to get this experience. You're going to introduce yourself at the college that you're going to go to, that you're going to be attending. And they're going to say, where are you from? And you're going to say, from Harlingen CISD. Well, where did you attend school? Early college, high school. Was it fun? Was it? And so what is that one memorable experience you're going to be sharing with people about your experience at high school? Other than you failed the first test. Right? So, memorable experience. Ginger?
Can we skip me this time?
Yes, we can skip you. Okay, Ginger? No, I'm kidding. What about over here?
Okay, I know my sophomore year we had this really cool, fun, wacky instructor. Her name was Miss Dominguez. She assigned everyone who was taking geometry to build a kite. and it was super simple, super easy in theory. But we had to make a SketchUp program and actually get the blueprints and actually make the kite and actually go fly it. So it was so much stress, so much headaches to work with these group of people that you haven't really talked to. And when we actually went to go fly it, one of us didn't tie it that hard, so we were like, oh, all our hard work for nothing, it didn't even fly. But the second we decided, okay, whatever, let's just put this away, it started to fly and it soared really high, and I just felt super proud of that. Because amidst all the stress, amidst all of that one moment, the second I saw it fly, I thought, oh, this is, I made it, I did it.
So you thought so it didn't fly initially?
It didn't fly initially. It flew for like a good 5 seconds, but those 5 seconds were eternal. They were amazing.
So you were gonna hide it like her test pad?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, put it away. Don't tell anybody. But it flew.
It did.
And so it soared. And so that's a great experience of perseverance. You know, staying true. I know yours is about doing well and having a good attitude in ninth grade. But what other experience are you gonna remember?
Sure.
Oh, I have one
Ginger
now.
is okay. See, she saved you.
I think this was maybe the beginning of this year or junior year. We had character day, and I guess it was for Red Ribbon Week, but I dressed up as Finding Dory,
Oh, yeah.
and that was really nice to walk around like that all day.
Finding Dory. You're going to use that at college maybe?
Probably, I'll probably take it.
Well, you'll stand out. Yeah, right. So good. What about back there? Anyone have a memorable experience you're going to take with you?
I think Relay for Life. Definitely, I loved getting to stay up all night with my friends and just support this great cause. Doing Zumba at like 3 in the morning and walking the track. I think I walked this past year. I think I walked like 10 miles.
Wow.
And it was super exhausting, and my feet hurt a lot. But it was a lot of fun, and I wouldn't trade it for the world.
It was a great cause. It was memorable. You were going to say something.
This year for robotics, we were able to do a new competition for our school called Sea Perch through the Navy. And we had a really constricted deadline. We didn't know what to do because we had never competed in the competition, and we didn't have that much time to figure out what to do. So when we got something together, then we go to the competition, and we have 10 minutes to fix our robot to actually do the competition. And we working with the team to figure out what to do in just those 10 minutes, and then going through the day thinking we didn't do that well. We were kind of just down, but we took notes and said, let's do this for next year. But the best moment from that I'll always remember is hearing that we got second place.
That's incredible. Now, Sea Perch, for those of you that don't know, it's an underwater robotics program. And so you actually do it at the Aquatic Center, right? And so congratulations. So you thought you had already chalked it off as, okay, we're going to try better next year.
Right. When they started saying the top 3, we're like, okay, maybe we got like 10th or something. We weren't prepared to hear we got second and qualified for nationals.
Wow. So congratulations. That's awesome. That is a memorable experience. Anyone else? Well, one memorable experience is going to be when you see the billboard. You're going to remember that. So what advice would you give the incoming freshman group? Now you're at the end. You're looking back. What advice would you give?
Definitely don't procrastinate. Like, it's very easy to just say, oh, I'll do it later. Like, it's okay, I'm gonna do it. But like, you need to really focus on what's important and prioritize, like Ginger said earlier, and it'll all help you. Because if I hadn't procrastinated so much, maybe I would have done better. But
So procrastination, get a handle on it.
yeah.
Perfect. What else? You have an incoming freshman brother. What advice do you give him at home?
Well, yeah, to add on to what she said, don't procrastinate. But I tell him, like, it's like a really bad habit to have, because once you start procrastinating, you just like think you're like more confident in yourself, and you think, oh, I can do it later, and it'll still get a good grade. But then it gets pretty scary when you realize, oh, I just put too much on myself.
Yeah.
And he's seen how I get when I wait to the last minute to turn something in. So I guess I taught him that as well.
Well, I will tell you that the problem with procrastination is if you're successful one or two times, you think that that's okay. And so oftentimes it's better to fail when you procrastinate so that you learn your lesson early on. Otherwise, it can become a habit. And once it becomes a habit, it's hard to turn it around and do something different. And those elements of procrastination sometimes surface again. And I'll call him later. What's the big deal? I'll clean my room later. Who cleans her room? Okay. So anyone else? What would you tell the incoming freshmen? If they were all here, what would you tell them as advice? What advice would you give?
I would say definitely take advantage of the resources around you. I know most of the freshmen, once they come into early college high school, they're kind of scared to talk to the math instructor, or they're kind of scared to ask questions around, or just ask one another for help if they don't understand something. I know that was one of my problems. I was too scared to go ask my chemistry instructor to help me with something I had in my chemistry class over at TCC. But had I just talked to that professor at early college high school, he would have helped me so much. I asked too late. The last test we had, I went to go get some help, and that last quick mini cram session, he just opened all the doors for me.
Wow.
And I thought, wow, if only I had started this from the get-go, I would have known everything that actually is going on in class. So I think that's something important that the freshmen need to understand, because I hear that the freshmen are always complaining because they don't understand what's going on.
Right.
Because as a senior mentor, they come and ask me for help and ask questions, and I ask them, have you gone to your professor? Have you gone to your teacher? Have you gone to tutoring? And most of them are like, oh no, I'm scared to talk to them, I'm scared. I think that's one of the main important things the freshmen are missing, and I think that's just really all they need to look forward to, because once you talk to these people and once you get these resources, it opens all the doors for them.
I want to thank you for saying that, because even kids that don't go through early college high school and their first real experience with college will be next year. Oftentimes we hear that. I should have had more courage to go up to the professors. I should have done this and I could have done this. And so there's regrets there. And it all comes from that famous word of fear. And fear is just this whole idea of fear of rejection. And so if you can overcome it early and realize that everybody has that in their journey, where they were fearful about asking and so forth, you're going to be great. But you all already conquered that, right? You already conquered it. All right. What else? What would you tell your freshman group?
I guess I would tell them to get to know your freshman group, because I know freshman year here at early college is the year where you have the most projects.
Oh, yeah.
So you kind of want a team that would actually help you, or else you might be the one doing everything and you're going to stress yourself even more, and it's only just 9th grade. You're just starting, so you don't want to stress yourself out.
If you're very stressed out in freshman, you're going to have a long journey, right? And if you have a good attitude, nobody, because you'll be great. All right. What about you? What would you tell the freshmen? You almost look like a freshman still, young man. All right. What would you tell?
I would tell the freshmen also to have fun, find ways to enjoy the class. Because I know for me, sometimes some of the classes I took, like chemistry, it wasn't that enjoyable to say. And so, but I found ways that, I like this part about chemistry, and it made learning and studying easier for those classes. So I tell them, just have fun, don't stress too hard, because in the end it'll be worth it.
Did you tell Jose that when he was in class? Right, Jose? No. I will tell you this, is that you have to enjoy the journey, right? And so you have to enjoy and smile a lot and enjoy the moment, because it is a journey. But, he just shared with you that some of the freshmen, their first initial reaction is, I'm fearful. I'm scared. And so scare comes from, and you know what? Stress and fear are okay, because it means you care. But you can't let it overcome you, because otherwise then you don't know your potential. It gets in the way of your success. And so good advice. Did you have fun?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Anyone else? Freshman group, what would you tell them if they were here? Yes.
Work hard now so you don't have to work as hard in the future. Like a lot of times we have deadlines quickly approaching, so we're like, okay, I just need help on this now. Then a lot of times people just go the easy route, just, hey, can I have some answers or something? But you don't learn from that. So later when you have to do it yourself for a test or just in your future workplace, you're not going to know how to do it. You're going to have to go back and have to relearn everything.
Well, I will tell you that your experiences at ECHS, you're way ahead of a lot of kids, and not only in the valley but in the state, because of your perseverance and your persistence and making sure that you were able to finish your academic core or whatever it is that you graduated with. But I will tell you this, that it's a new chapter after you cross our commencement stage and you're going to start your last 2 years of college. What a thought, right? Some of you are like 17, 18 years old and you're going to start your junior year in college, and it's super exciting. And you've learned that. But let me ask you this, and here's your next question. What did you learn at ECHS that you believe is going to make you a stronger student your last 2 years of college? You learned it here, and that for that reason, you're going to be stronger when you go off to your last 2 years of college. What do you think you've learned? I heard one of them, procrastination, right? And be happy. Oh no, he said have fun, right? Okay, so what did you learn at ECHS that you believe is going to make you a stronger student your last 2 years of your college program?
I think for sure time management. I mean, we have a lot of tutorial classes, definitely appreciate those, because during the day, if you didn't have one of those classes, I don't think most of us would do our work. We'd probably just hang out. But since we do have that time to dedicate to our classes, that really helped us a lot. And I know myself balancing like a job, school, and extracurricular activities, that was hard. But definitely those tutorial classes helped out a lot.
So do you have like a calendar that you...
Oh yeah, you want to see my planner?
No, I believe you, but do you have it? You write everything down?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So, God,
Down
you all
to
are
the
so
minute.
grown up. So you kind of manage all your...
Yeah.
Were there times that you were not good at time management? Like,
Oh
young?
yeah, yeah. I thought
you were like, oh, what do we have to turn in? And everybody's turning in their
yeah, I'm
assignment.
like, oh, we had an
Oh,
assignment.
And so time management is critical.
Right.
That's going to help you throughout your life,
Mm-hmm.
not just in your next 2 years. So great feedback. Anyone else? What did you learn that is going to make you a stronger student in your last 2 years of college?
I think at our school in particular, we get a lot of independence. So they trust us to kind of, go over to TSTC for your classes, come back, and you get to pick your own schedule a little bit, and the times and all that, and who you want to take. And I think that'll help us a lot in college, so we kind of know what times work best for us and the way that we learn now, I guess.
Well, your independence is critical. I mean, and how to manage that. There's people that are given independence and they can't manage it. They go off the rails, or they do things that they're not supposed to do. And so you're exactly right. Even in your freshman year, you get some independence. You got to cross that highway, right? And you got to run across it. I'm sure as freshmen you ran with your backpacks and you're a little more cool and collect. No, or maybe. All right. What else? What's one thing that's going to make you stronger in college?
I think at ECHS there's a big focus on different character values, like fairness and citizenship and things like that. And the university that I'm attending has a strict moral code where you have like no cheating, and like they trust you a lot. And so I think it's good that I went here, and that I got to not only like see these values that I've been taught since I was a child, but to put them into practice. And you definitely see how that transfers to the students. Like, I can leave my laptop in the community room and I know that it'll still be there in 30 minutes when I come back. And I can trust the other students with whatever I need to, and just things like that. You know that during a test you're not going to have to cover your answers, because, I mean, you should, but like you don't have to like specifically worry about that, because you can trust your peers that they're doing their own work because they want to succeed. And I think that that's something that I'm definitely going to take to my university, and I think everybody will to theirs, not just because of any code that we have, but because that's what's expected as a college student.
Wow, thank you for sharing that. Anyone else? Well, one of the things that you're definitely going to be taking with you is this whole idea of approaching your professors when you need to, going to study groups when you need to. And you're going to find that where you end up, there's going to be freshmen in that college that graduate from Harlingen CISD that you might be advising them. It's okay. Go talk to your professor, or let me go with you, so that they know, because you've already crossed that bridge. You've already had to do it. How many of you had to talk to your professors? And how many of you were nervous the first time you talked to the professor?
Oh yeah, still nervous.
Right? And yeah, especially, when you, oh no, but anyway. So of course you're nervous. That's true for anything. I'm sure you were a little nervous about the interview today, because you're like, well, what are they going to ask and so forth. That's part of growing up, and that's part of the journey. So you're just experiencing what is going to be typical in your life, but you're experiencing it at a young age, and it's going to serve you well. So 10 years from now, 10 years, that's a long time, right? How old are you, Jose?
I'm 17.
17. So when you're 27,
Wow.
you're going to look back. And so where do you see yourself in 10 years? Now think about that. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? And some people say, are you kidding? I can't remember where I'm going to see myself tomorrow. But the reality is you're graduating. You're already at graduation, and I bet you can point back to when you first started at ECHS and say, I can't believe 4 years have gone by, and that I've just gone through commencement at TSTC. How, people told me about the opportunity, and I've made it happen. And so 10 years from now, some of you will be 26, 27. Where do you see yourself? Ginger, you're the valedictorian. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? And don't tell me in the gym again.
Hopefully I'll still be.
Hopefully in the gym. Okay, that's one.
Well, by then I'm hoping to have my master's, I'm sure. You really can't even tell. I hope I travel before I get too old, I guess.
Too old? Oh, you oh my gosh, you must be looking at me and saying, you're ancient. Oh, go ahead, Ginger. I was being nice to you. Go ahead.
I hope I do a lot of traveling and adventuring and stuff and learning about the planet. That's kind of what I want to go into. So maybe I'll get a job, or I'll have a career that allows me to do that.
Awesome. And don't forget to take advantage of that, where you're going to go to college, because sometimes they have trips abroad and so forth. Jose, what do you, 10 years from now, you already said you're going to be 27.
Yeah, oh wow, 27. Hopefully I will have finished med school, and I would have been halfway through a residency program at program of my choosing, I guess. I see myself being happy and being proud of myself, because when I look back at my freshman year just 4 years ago, I think I was full of so much stress and I was not in a good place. But I look at myself now and everything I've been able to accomplish, and I'm proud of myself. I think the world is there for me to grab, and
Right.
I'm going to take the most out of it. So in 10 years, I know for sure if I keep this attitude up, I'm going to do big and bright things.
I'm confident you are. Now, what kind of doctor are you going to study?
I plan on being a plastic surgeon.
Oh. Well, if they wheel me in, you better take care of me. I remember that guy, he interviewed me. Go ahead. Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Hopefully in 10 years I'll have my master's in aerospace engineering. And I either see myself as married and working for a space company, or just continuing my education in some other field, because I really like to learn. So if college wasn't so expensive, I would be learning all kinds of things.
You'd make it a career. Don't tell your parents that. They're going to get nervous. Where do you see yourself 10 years from now?
In 10 years, I'll be 28, so I see myself, like you said, hopefully done with med school and halfway through my residency. I want to be, I hope I get to become an OBGYN, and I hope that I have my life set and I'm not so stressed out and I start enjoying it more than I do now.
Well, let me tell you, there's no hoping to it. If you set your mind to it, it's going to happen. It's just the journey will be, there'll be some trying moments, but you've already learned perseverance, and so you're in great shape. I don't have any doubt that you all are going to reach your goals and aspirations. What about you? No more tests that you're going to have to hide. What, 10 years from now?
Kickstarting off my dental career for sure. and hopefully I marry my high school sweetheart.
Wow.
And that's my goal.
Awesome. Awesome. What about over here? 10 years.
I hope to be done with med school as well and halfway through my residency, although I don't know what kind of doctor I want to become yet.
But you see yourself in that space.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you.
Well, hopefully I will be finished with my master's in chemical engineering and working with a company that produces beauty care products or different household items like Unilever or P&G.
Wow, that's awesome.
I see myself in 10 years working in a hospital, diagnosing patients and helping doctors out as a medical technician. And I haven't decided yet, though, if I want to be a pathologist, someone who studies disease.
Wow. Awesome. Congratulations. 10 years from now.
Pregnant.
Okay, that's pretty precise.
Got it. I'm just kidding. But married, definitely, and starting a family. Hopefully working as an RN in a hospital somewhere, getting experience before I go back and earn my master's so I can become a director of nursing.
Super nice. I'm going to share something with you that we just signed our MOU to offer the LVN program in Harlingen School District with a pathway to an RN program 2 years later. And so we're going to give kids a jump start and finish and graduate as an LVN so they only have 2 years to go with the RNs. And so we're just rolling out that program. And so I'm happy to hear that that's the space you want to be in, and I have no doubt that you. Now, if they wheel me in and you're my nurse, take care of me. And don't listen to my wife that not to take care of me.
I'm hoping that I'm done with all my marine biology studies and that I'm in the ocean somewhere discovering a new species or just diving and taking new pictures, just helping everyone learn about the ocean.
So have you gone deep sea out in?
Not yet.
Not yet, but you have been scuba diving and that?
I've been snorkeling. I haven't been able to go scuba diving yet. It's kind of hard to do down here.
Sure.
You have to be certified already, but that's what I'm going to do as soon as I get to college, get certified.
Wow. Well, some people do very well in deep sea, like they go deep sea fishing and all that. I can't handle it. Now they say stare at the horizon. Have you heard that? Stare at the horizon and don't look. And so I went one time and all I did was stare at the horizon. I didn't even fish because I didn't want to get sick, because you're way out there and by the time they bring you in, you might be nauseated and so forth. So, well, good for you. I'm sure that you will get there. Now, I want to give you all an opportunity now to give a big shout out and thank someone for his or her contribution to your success. And so this is your chance as part of the interview to look right into the camera and say, here's something that you want to think about. Many people go through the journey of life and never look back to thank those that have helped them. And then they have regrets. Say, I should have gone back and said this and so forth. And so this is your chance to look at the camera and say, I want to give a big shout out to and thank him or her for their contributions to my success. And so we're going to start with Ginger. And I know you have a long list, Ginger, but what camera? Right there. So you're going to look at that camera, and this is your chance to show appreciation for those that have helped you in this journey to this point.
I'd like to say a thank you to both my parents. They've sacrificed so much, and thanks for coming so far and doing so much for me. I know there's not really much that I can do to show you how grateful I am, but I made it.
You did make it. Congratulations.
I want to give a quick shout out / thank you to my mother. No matter how much you've told me over and over and over again, I got my stuff done. You've always believed in me. You said, Mijo, think about whatever you want. Whatever you want, just think about it. What you think becomes your actions, and your actions become reality. So if you want something in life, you just need to think about it, and you need to have your dedication, and you'll get it. And everything that I've wanted and I've asked for, I've come to you for solace, and you've said, you know what, Mijo, you got this. I love you, I care about you, and those words of encouragement have just helped me so long around the way, and I don't think I would have been here without that dedication and backup that you've given me. You've told me time and time again, I believe in you, and you know what? If you want it, then it's yours. And I'm just super, super thankful for having you in my life.
Okay. I want to thank both of my parents. My mom has really, even though we don't seem to see eye to eye on things, we sometimes fight over things, but she helps me in keeping to my studies, but also having fun at the same time. She makes sure I don't overstress on things. And my dad always tells me to keep school above everything else. But to also just to keep learning. Like if something gets in the way, to get rid of it and just keep pursuing in whatever you want to do.
I'd like to give a shout out to my mom. Thank you for always pushing me to be the best that I can be and working so hard to give us everything that we have, no matter any situation that we may be going through. You're always there with a positive attitude, making sure that we know that as long as we work hard, we'll get what we want.
Thank you.
I'm gonna start crying. I want to thank my mom and dad, mommy, papi, hi, and my sister. I told you I'll start crying. My sister, and thanks to all my teachers who helped me. I wouldn't be here without you guys. You guys make me who I am today. So thank you.
I want to thank both my parents, my mom for always pushing me and helping us, me and all my sisters, for everything. She's always there for us, doing anything we need. And I'd like to thank my dad for being an inspiration and showing me that nothing's impossible. It doesn't matter where you come from, where you start. You can achieve anything as long as you try and you work hard.
I would like to thank my mom and my dad for always believing in me. No matter what it is, they've always been there for me, and they're the ones that set up my first goals, and then they let me choose my goals the rest of the way. And I want to say thank you for all your help. I love you guys.
I'd like to give a big thanks to my mom and dad for pushing me and supporting me and encouraging me along throughout my high school years. Y'all have had an amazing impact on me and always pushing me to do my best. I'd also like to thank all the teachers at Early College High School who supported us, and for also my church for helping morally supporting me as well.
I'd like to thank my parents, my mom for being the amazing example that she is, and my dad for giving me the opportunity to be here in the U.S. and to be able to attend a school like this and have the opportunities that I have. I'd also like to thank every youth leader that I've ever had. It's been probably over 20, but they've just all been such an inspiration to me. And I'd also like to thank all the teachers at ECHS, especially Coach Jimenez and Ms. Lopez and Mr. Ibarra. All the teachers there are really special, and you're not going to find that anywhere else, and they've definitely made a huge impact on my life. And
I would like to thank my parents, especially my mom, who's just always pushed me to keep doing my best no matter what, and for saying no matter what money troubles we might encounter, I want the best education you can get. And then also my friends who have just been supportive. No matter if I succeed or fail, they're always there to just support me.
And as the superintendent of schools, I want to thank each and every one of you for the amazing students that you are, for staying true to the work, staying resolved, protecting your name, doing the right thing, even when there's not an adult around. But more importantly, for advancing the ECHS brand in Harlingen and advancing our brand. I have no doubt in my mind that you all will accomplish many, many things in your lifetime. And I look forward to reading the stories of your future successes. I have all the confidence in the world that you all are going to change the way we know the world today. Keep true to the work, Don't get too stressed out, Jose. Enjoy the journey. Continue to relish in the accomplishments. Know that you've worked hard and that we are super proud of you here in Harlingen, and we look forward to hearing more and more of your future accomplishments. And when you see the billboard and your parents say, please stand here for a picture, don't deny them that opportunity, because they have lived for that moment to celebrate that time with you. And we'll see you at commencement, our commencement, because you already went through TSTC. We're super proud of you, and thank you for being here for this interview, and continue to do great things. We look forward to reading about them.